This is a tutorial on how to do tables and columns in Microsoft Word. A table is a way to kind of organize information on a page, because if I type something, is example of a story with a pig who goes to the market, whatever. You type something, but you can't really move it around freely. It has to kind of stay on the page. I can press enter to move it around, and I can press space or I can press tab to move it around, but I don't really have the freedom to move it around where I want. And with something that's a bit more creative, I might want that ability. In addition, oftentimes I'll want to have things on two sides of the page, and if I want to be flexible with it, I'm going to use again what's called tables and columns. So before I begin demonstrating this, of course I want to save things. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, OneDrive, into my Computer Science folder, into my Word folder. And again, I would name something like columns and tables, CS, not done. Okay, so tables are found in what's called the Insert tab. The Insert tab is right here, and these are things that you can basically put on the page that aren't there already. And a table is this thing right here. It looks kind of like a tic-tac-toe board. It's got kind of these 9 squares. And when I click on that, it's going to basically show me a bunch of boxes. And these are the boxes of the table, because a table is basically a series of boxes. It's a series of rows and columns put together. And what I can do is I can basically either hover over these and kind of choose the size of it, or I can go to Insert Table, and I can basically choose the size of it this way. But usually I'm just going to go like this. So this, for example, is a 4x4 table. 4x4 means 4x4. And what I will do is, now that I have my table there, I can move it around freely. This upper left symbol right here with the 4 arrows, this is the move symbol. So I can click it and I can move it where I want. Click, drag, move it where I want. This symbol in the corner, this white box, white square, this is the resize symbol. So I can click and I can basically resize it. And it will make all of the squares the same size when it changes. If I want to make an individual one, what I would do is I would basically go right here, sometimes it can be a bit tricky. Right about, there we go. And see those 2 arrows? If I click and drag there, it will kind of drag. There we go. And that one's not really moving. Weird. There we go. Again, sometimes it takes a bit of practice. You gotta get used to it. Even a teacher demonstrating it can take a little bit longer to do. But that is how you can basically adjust the size of the tables. You can also do it right here in Layout. And you can do things like add new rows and columns. You can delete things. So delete the table, delete a row, delete a column. And you can adjust the height this way as well. When I type into a table, what I can do is I can basically do this. And what I just did is I typed something in here and then I pressed the tab key and it instantly moved to the next box. So if you press tab, you can basically quickly go to the next thing. You could also use the arrow keys. So I'm doing left, 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 right, 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 down, down, up, up, up. That is how you can basically kind of go. Sometimes you can't go left because you're kind of interfering with the words, but once you get to the end of it, it will go to it if you need to. So again, arrow keys and tab, very, very useful. Now, after you type words into a table, what you can do with it is you can also decorate it. That's in table design. And you can do things like shading. You can turn a box into a certain color. You can change the border style. So you can say, I want this border to be, yeah, usually that's not going to work. I'm going to say all borders of this one is going to be orange. And see how this was orange right here? So this is what you can do that way, is you can basically kind of turn it orange on the outside. Once you kind of have your table, again, you can then kind of do things that you want to it. You can move it around, you can resize it. If this happens where it kind of gets off the page though, it can be a bit tricky to kind of get it back, because see how like I'm trying to get to my mouse and I'm trying to get it off, but I can't always reach it. See, I drag and it's not actually moving. It's kind of stuck off the page. If that happens, do the undo keyboard shortcut, Control Z. And I might have to do it several times, but see, now it's back. So again, if I accidentally get my thing stuck, I can't get it off, Control Z, and it will come back. That is basically how you make a table. Again, you're in the Insert tab, you choose your table, choose the size of it, and see how I can't actually make a table right now? That's because I'm inside my table. I'll have to click outside of it, so I'm no longer inside the table, and now I can do a new one. So again, Insert tab, Table. If you click inside the table, you can type. You can use Tab or the arrow keys to switch around things. Table design is how you decorate it, and table layout is how you can change it with things like adding new things. And that is how you make a table.